Hi everybody, it's Jennifer. I thought I would do an updated video on my Erin Condren notebook and how I have it kind of planned out, mapped out. As I said in my last video, I don't know if you saw that or not, my life planner is really my family Bible, my family go-to planner, but this one is just my personal kind of journal journey this year. It is the Erin Condren Favorite Things Life Planner, and as you can see on the cover, instead of having the favorite things listed, I've listed out the books of the Bible all the way from Genesis to Revelation. I chose to do that because this year I'm doing a pretty deep biblical study as one of my main goals this year, and I figured this would kind of keep me on track with that. So let's just get right into it. First thing is that I have, like I said, the books of the Bible on the front, and my name across it, along with the Bible verse, John, let's see if I can focus this, John 13:7, that says, "You do not realize now what I am doing, but later you will understand." That was kind of very pivotal for me this year, kind of something I really wanted to keep in the back of my mind as I kind of went through this year. Now, a couple things. The Erin Condren notebook does not normally come with a calendar, as you can see here. And so that is extra if you want to add that on. I believe it's $5 if you want to add it on. I ordered this notebook back when they had a promotion where you could get the notebook and a pack of pens for free. So I chose to do that just to make life easier in this. Also, normally in this notebook, it comes with the calendar all in the front, and then notebook pages in the back. And I uncoiled this and recoiled it to distribute the notebook pages behind each month, and I'll show you more of that when we get into this. The last change that I made was the calendar actually does start with January, but because I got this so far in March, I wanted to start it in April. So when I uncoiled it and recoiled it back, I started it with April, and I moved January, let's see right there, moved January, there we are, back here behind December. And what I'm going to do is actually either white out or washi this and change this to 2015 so I can continue using it for a full year, even though I got it so late in this year. So the first thing here is my monthly view, and as I kind of go along with this, I started this April 1st, and I've already decided I don't like some things, so I'll kind of make notes of those as we go along. The first thing I did was, like I said, I am doing kind of a deep biblical study this month, or this year rather, and the first thing I wanted to do was to read the entire Bible. My plan was, and as I've said on my blog and everything, and I'll link my blog down below for you guys, my plan was to do the Bible in 90 days plan that's on the YouVersion Bible app, and as you can see by the colored in boxes or lack thereof, I have not really been sticking to that, so I need to kind of get back on track. But that was one of the first things. So here I have my daily Bible readings written down on each day, what I will be reading or what I should have been reading. The next thing I'm doing is kind of in the blue washi tape here is kind of a devotional that I'm doing each week. I left off the first and the last week to kind of give me a break since I am doing such a deep study with the Bible in 90 days. And so the Bible plans that I'm doing is this week, the second week in April, I'm doing a plan called Remembering All God Has Done. The third week I'm doing one that's called The Story of Easter, since Easter falls right here on the 20th. And then after that, I'm doing How to Pray. I figured these three studies were kind of a really good basis, really good start-off point for getting really deep into studying God's Word and getting into the habit of studying it. The other thing I'm doing, this pink washi tape, is I'm going to try to read more. I set a goal on Goodreads this year for, I believe, 20 books this year, and it's already April and I've read one. So I kind of updated that to change it to 12 books this year, but in order to do that, I really need to make a goal of actually reading. So this pink washi tape is actually going to be my goal of getting one book a week, or I may have, one book that goes over 2 weeks if it's a bigger book. But the first book that I'm reading is called The 1 Week Budget, and that kind of is more into that whole personal journey of, bettering myself and getting myself kind of taken together. So this should help me financially on that. So that's how I have my monthly setup. The other thing I did here was I divided my goals and to-dos into 2 sections, personal and biblical. The personal goals this year this month, were to establish a daily routine and stick to it. Bring the house to maintenance mode, meaning that I don't have to do a deep clean in each room each day. I just kind of have to surface clean, do the floors, dishes, things like that, but just kind of to where I'm just keeping it up. The third goal I had was I was following Austin Sizemore in our group on Facebook, the We Love EC group. I will link that down below. Austin started a kind of following on our group to try to drink only clear liquids this month to get us more into our water drinking. I'm not sticking to that much. I'm actually going to drink only water, green tea, and wine. I am over 21. Just a disclaimer for all of you. I can't do just the water. I'm sorry, Austin. I just can't do it. But yeah, that is one of my goals, is to just kind of do that. And along with that whole thing of getting healthier, another goal is to exercise 3 times a week for at least 30 minutes and to have salad for lunch for 3 days a week. Those 3 things kind of go together as a healthy living goal. And the last personal goal is to write in my gratitude journal every day. And I will get more into all of these in the following pages. Down here in the biblical goals, you will see kind of what I've already talked about here. I have the Bible in 90 days. I want to make sure I do the first 30 days of that. I'm finishing up Max Lucado's study on 3:16 and why that's important to everybody. Then the Remembering All God Has Done, Story of Easter, and How to Pray devotionals that I'm doing the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th weeks of April, and then also my biblical blogging. And I've actually taken that off because as much as I love blogging about my Bible reading and everything, my blog actually was started as more of a personal journal. So I really want to change this to just simply blogging and adding in the biblical things to it, but I don't want my blog to simply be biblical. So that's why I'm changing that. So the next thing we get to is, like I said, I did rearrange this to where instead of all the note pages being in the back, they are behind each month. So now we can get into why this journal really works for me. The first thing I did was write out my daily schedule for each day in April. I blocked it off to the different things I needed to do each day and how I wanted to distribute them throughout the days of the week. So the first thing I'm starting off with every day is my morning and bedtime routine. And then I have a cleaning zone that I'm working on that day, a laundry zone that I'm working on that day, making sure I get my Bible reading and my devotional in that day, the healthy living, that's that clear liquids, the exercise, and the salad, making sure I get that done every day, and then my bedtime routine, and establishing this to where I can actually have a routine, have myself set with what I want to do and how I want to do it. And so really this routine stays the same every day. The only thing that changes is the zone that I'm in that day cleaning and what I'm washing that day. And I've kind of broken it up to where most of my deep cleaning, deep laundry is done Monday through Thursday, and Friday can kind of be a relaxation day for me, kind of my day of the weekend. My husband's at work, my kids are at school. This is my day to kind of have that day off. And so the only thing I'm cleaning is the hot spots and deep cleaning the floors. And then the laundry is blank. That's for anything that just needs to be done. By that point, all my towels and bedding and clothes should be washed. So I really shouldn't have much to do. But if there's something special going on the weekend, I'll go ahead and wash it that day. Same thing for Saturday. I've kept all my cleaning off of there in exchange for errands, and laundry is just as needed. And Sunday is my kind of get it together day. That's the day that I sit down with my husband and we work on our budget every week. I log my son's blood sugars. I have a son that's type 1 diabetic, and then I work on my planner for the next week. And also my laundry for that day is the kids' uniforms for school. They are on a uniform dress code. My husband's work clothes and towels, because people will be needing to take showers. But other than that, pretty much everything is the same each day, just little changes here and there. And that way, I have a Bible study that I go to on Tuesday, so that way if I kind of get behind because I'm running around on Tuesday after Bible study, I can kind of pick up where I left off, and I know what needs to be kind of moved over to Friday, so I'm not lacking. The next thing I have is my weekly goals. As you saw back here on the month, when I have my monthly goals, I do have a checkbox there, but that is for when I finish it that month. I needed something that really kept me accountable each week to where I was keeping up with it and I didn't get sidetracked and didn't kind of lose track of my goals halfway through the month. So this way, every week I write down my individual goals for that week, and then I check off each day that I did it. And this, like I said, just keeps me accountable, keeps me going. I accidentally messed up on week 1 and wrote all my Bible studies down, and obviously they weren't all done in week 1. The Max Lucado, the Remembering the Story of Easter, and How to Pray weren't done that week. So I kind of amended that on week 2 and just wrote down what I needed to do. And also I changed it to blogging here. So I have, for my weekly goals, I have my daily schedule each day. That's the page we just went over. Sorry, let me get this focus for you. The housework zones that I needed to get done, making sure they get all done. Healthy habits, that's the clear liquid, exercise, and salads. My gratitude, making sure I do that every day. My Bible reading or my devotional every day, making sure that gets done. This week I'm doing the Remembering All God Has Done, so I have it to where I can check it off every day that I did that. My reading, that's the 1 week budget. And then blogging, and you'll notice here that I did change it from biblical blogging, like I had up here, to just blogging. And then when this week is done, I'll come down here and make my goals for next week. And the same with week 4 and week 5. And then behind that, let me see, can I change this one here? This is where I have my gratitude journal for the month. I have it numbered 1 all the way down to 30, so that each day I will write down exactly what I am thankful for. Like yesterday, I was thankful for my husband and I being able to share interest in watching the Game of Thrones premiere together. Awesome show. I love that show. And just, this is where I would keep this so that I don't have to go to another notebook for my gratitude. This keeps me accountable for it. It's very easy for me just to look at my goals, see that I need to do my gratitude, and come right here in the same notebook and write it down. The other thing I'm writing in here is my daily highlights. The best thing that happened that day, the funniest thing, the thing I'm most proud of. Most of it lately has been food, because I've been trying a lot of different recipes, making spaghetti, making pork carnitas. Saturday we went to an ice skating birthday party. So, just the thing that was the most important for that day. That's what I write down in here. And that way when the year is over, I can go back and really see kind of the big things that happen. And most of the time, as we know as parents, the big things are actually just the little things that happen throughout the year. So this is just a way of me of keeping those memories together. Now the next pages are actually where I'm going to write down my notes about those Bible studies that I did. Like I said, my goals for this year have been mostly biblical for the most part. So this keeps me accountable for doing these devotionals, but also keeping what I liked most about those devotionals and how they affected me in the same kind of like journal. So this page right here will be all about the Remembering All God Has Done study. This one will be all about the Story of Easter study that I'm doing. And this one will be the How to Pray study. Now this page, you'll notice I don't have anything on it yet. I'm really thinking this is going to be kind of my things I did this month. This will be where I write down any books that I finished, any movies that I watched, any TV show marathons that I finished, anything like that I accomplished this month will kind of go on here just so I can remember. And then the next thing I have is just the back page, and I haven't decided what I'm going to do on here yet. I may kind of make a collage of pictures and put it here. I haven't decided yet, but that is kind of how I am keeping myself organized, how I'm keeping myself accountable this month. And like I said, this, you know, I love my kids, I love my husband, but this notebook is really just all about me and my goals for this year and my resolutions that I have, and things like that. So I think the only other thing that I might do in here, just kind of brainstorming with you guys, is back here in the back after all of this, they do have, Erin Condren did put these big blank pages in here with the colored borders, and I may come in here and write down kind of my room by room cleaning guides, just so I know what needs to get done in each room. So like these 2 pages would be the living room, and then the dining room and bedrooms and all that stuff, and just so I have that here. So like I said, if I ever get kind of sidetracked and I have to kind of pick up a bit on the cleaning, I know what's most important and what needs to get done. So, but yeah, I hope this was helpful for you guys. If you're interested in picking up your own notebook like this and setting it up, I will leave a link below to where you can get $10 off. I will warn you, it is an affiliate link. I will get $10 as well, but that way at least you can save at least the shipping cost on this. And yeah, I will have detailed photos and more information listed on my blog, which I will also link underneath this video. So I hope everyone's doing great and that this finds you in good health and happiness. And I will talk to you guys later. I should be back in a couple days with a guide through my life planner as well. So yeah, talk to you guys later. Bye.